Yeah, nah.
The Mad TV Kid is back with his third theatrical debut. Jordan Peele's Nope is a movie that tackles so much without spelling it out for you. The movie is intense, but it's also pretty funny. On the surface, it may seem like a typical UFO spoof movie, but like most of Jordan Peele's movies, the themes deal with the exploitation of trauma, the art of filmmaking, and race. There might be elements in this movie that might be confusing for people. There isn't a full-on explanation on how things work, and the movie doesn't hold your hand explaining certain things, so you have to either really pay attention or spot out some of the details that are sprinkled throughout the films. The biggest culprit of this would be all the scenes having to do with Gordy the monkey. The film plays like a classic monster movie in the vein of Jaws, where for a good chunk of the movie, you never really know what the monster is, or if you think you do, the movie pulls a 180 on you and leaves you terrified and confused. The villain is somewhat biblical. Going into this movie, I heard the rumor that the monster was actually an angel, and the clues are there if you pay attention. There's a specific Bible verse in the beginning of the movie that kind of sets the tone.
I will pelt you with filth, I will treat you with contempt and make you a spectacle.
We see these acts of filth as the angel spits out anything that's inorganic or impure to its digestive system. The act of spectacle is people's amazement at the unidentified flying object. We can see this in the signs of people who would pay top dollar to either photograph it or even see it live in person, like the TMZ jockey or the people at the park. Another parallel to biblical lore is that it's said you're not supposed to look upon an angel unless you'll be smited. In this case, however, anyone who looks upon the alien or the UFO or whatever you want to call it immediately gets swept up and eaten as a sign of disrespect, much like how you're not supposed to look at large animals including horses or bears, as it's seen as a sign of threat to the wild animal. I think Daniel Kaluuya did a great job as the main character of OJ. For some reason, he reminds me of a mix of Owen from Jurassic World and also Clint Eastwood. He's a horse trainer who doesn't speak much, but when he does, he usually lays down the law or some kind of interesting fact about how they can defeat the monster in question.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great-grandfather. But that's why back at the Haywood Ranch, as the only black-owned horse trainers in Hollywood, we like to say, since the moment pictures could move, we had skin in the game.
Keke Palmer was hilarious. She was so energetic and acted as the heart of the movie. Her chemistry with Daniel was great as they bounced off of each other perfectly. Also, I love her natural hair in this movie. It looks amazing on her. And she had a good balance of comedic and dramatic in her performance. Brandon Perea as Angel was something I didn't know I needed till now. He was a good third man in the trio that were the siblings Haywood. I love his bit about his girlfriend leaving him for the CW. I don't know, it was just really funny thinking about that, especially considering how bad the CW is doing right now. Michael Wincott as the cinematographer was really funny because he kind of acted as Jordan's avatar to the filmmaking process. He's a cinematographer focused and obsessed on getting the perfect shot and capturing something that means something instead of drivel, like shooting commercials as we see in the beginning of the movie. And even when he's offered shooting something like reality TV, he turns down, but perks up at the idea of capturing the unknown in something like a documentary.
What's a bad miracle?
They got a word for that.
What's the word for a bad miracle, as said by OJ earlier in Nope, becomes the key to understanding Stephen Yeun's character. Stephen Yeun plays Ricky Park, a former child star and now the owner and creator of the carnival, which a lot of people go to because of nostalgia and whatnot. He's a really good mirror character to Daniel's OJ's character. Both characters experience grief in different ways. Ricky went through the horrors of Gordy's home, watching his entire cast get slaughtered in the process, but he acts upon his grief by capitalizing on it, creating private museums and keeping memorabilia from the tragedy, even going as far as to turn a profit from the Angel by buying horses from the Hayward family and using them as sacrifices. We can contrast this with OJ, as in the beginning of the film he goes through the trauma of losing his father, but does everything in his power to work through his pain and honor his father's legacy, even going as far as to make a promise to one of the horses, the horse in question being Lucky, promising that he would return for him, and also fighting with his sister in order to keep the land and keep working on the land. The cinematography is stunning, and that is no small thanks to the cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema. You might have seen his work in such films as Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Tenet. So let's just say he has a good relationship with Christopher Nolan. That being said, he knows what he's doing, going as far as to make a fist bump or those inflatable dancing people you see at car lots look downright terrifying. I really enjoyed the fact that this movie was shot on film, and if you look subtly, there are elements of hallucination and grain for all my film nerds. We all know that Get Out was a classic, and it helped Peele win his first award. And Us, although a divisive film, was a very entertaining movie in my opinion. I think Peele hit his stride with Nope, and honestly I can't wait to see what he does next. He's a director that invites his audience to participate in his films. I really love the vagueness of his films because they allow for further on discussion after you're done watching the movie, and makes you want to watch it again and again and again.
Thank you so much. I feel like everyone, because a lot of people haven't seen the film yet, are kind of simplifying this by saying it's Jordan Peele's Alien movie. But if I were to come to you and say, this is Jordan Peele doing Jaws, to me you would say what?
You know, I would say thank you. And I think it is Jordan Peele doing Nope. It is a different thing. And at the same time, I got a lot from Close Encounters. I got a lot of inspiration from Jaws. And I got a lot of inspiration from Hitchcock and Kubrick. And one thing I love about these big directors that take on projects with big scope is that they're using their abilities and pushing film as far as they can possibly do it. And I felt kind of like I had this responsibility to go for the big summer blockbuster. I think one of the great things about getting to make movies now is that you do get to have a conversation with people. Sometimes it sucks. Yeah. but quite often I get the inspiration for what I'm going to do next out of the conversation that I have with my fans.
If you like anything I've said, don't forget to comment section, hit the like button, and hit the notification button so you know the next time we upload. And thanks for watching.